Hey guys, how's it going? Michael Troy here. Today we're looking at Archie Is Mr. Justice #1 from Archie Comics. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit that like button and let's get right into it. I thought this was interesting in a lot of ways. It's sort of like, what if Archie was a superhero? And, there are, it's funny because Archie Comics have always been about the kids going to school and, Archie and the gang, Jughead, and the lot. So, it's always been kind of a refreshing break from superheroes in a way. So it's kind of interesting that they would feel the need to put Archie in a superhero situation to see what happens. And let's see what happens. Story by Tim Seeley, who has been on fire lately. Line art by Mike Norton, colors by Glenn Whitmore, and letters by Jack Morelli. So it has classic artist Glenn Whitmore doing colors, and veteran letterer Jack Morelli doing letters. So it gives us that sort of nostalgic superhero kind of aesthetic straight out the gate. I really love the colors of Glenn Whitmore. It's kind of my favorite thing in the book. I know that sounds weird, but I'm a colorist, so I'm always looking for things like that. So it's pretty straightforward, superhero action. We sort of start, this is a common comic trope of starting with the action and then sort of, or the outcome of the action and then sort of building up to what happened. This sort of tells the typical story of, the Riverdale gang at Pop's chocolate shop, hanging out, and the industrial town. I love how he uses like the blue to pink and gradation of the sky. It looks really cool. Anyway, everything seems very much like your run-of-the-mill, typical Archie comic, the conflicts with the bullies and, the socializing and whatnot, until it is discovered that Archie has these superpowers. And so what is he going to do with these superpowers, right? Something happened at the museum, and then he didn't grunt when he opened a jar of pickles, so he knew that he had these powers. Kind of crazy, right? So he inevitably, he's like, I have these superpowers. What am I going to do with them? Oh, duh, I'm going to be a superhero. So he goes through these trials and tribulations of different costumes and training, and he settles on this one, which is kind of interesting. I don't know, I can't make sense of the design, shouldn't it have a big A or something for Archie? I don't know. But anyway, there must be a reason or some sort of symbolism behind it. So he's just fighting crime and it's very odd, right? I don't know if I need Archie as a superhero or not, but I thought it would be fun just to check it out anyway. I would say, if you're a huge Archie fan, this is probably for you. I can imagine, a casual reader or a Tim Seeley fan. If you love, the books that he's been doing, which have been amazing, then you're definitely going to want to pick that up. I often pick up comic books for the creative team and not necessarily the title. Especially since I'm very, art focused all the time. This is a fun 2-page spread. I always love a great 2-page spread, especially in a superhero comic, and they're definitely bringing the action there. So now we have, Betty and Veronica, the crux of the whole Archie story, really. And they talk about kind of who he prefers or whatever. I don't know. It's just kind of fun and interesting. And then, of course, no hero is worth anything without the measure against their greatest villain, and I think we're being introduced to that in the end here. So overall, I thought it was a fun, solid introduction to exploring the narrative of Archie as a superhero, and we get a fun cliffhanger at the end. So I feel like it's a good setup. I think that if you're into Archie or superhero comic books, it's definitely a fun book to pick up. So I do recommend it for that. It'll be fun to see where the story goes and if other characters get powers, which I suspect they might. Anyway, so that's that. Archie Is Mr. Justice #1. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit like, and I will bring you more soon.